Hello. There's a response to my earlier posting, and I think it requires a little bit of a little bit of a salute. One of the reasons why the LGBTQ plus conversion therapy law looked as if it was not going to go ahead, and it's very interesting that Boris attempted to pull the plug while Liz Truss was in India, was out of the country, is because the law itself is appallingly worded. The law itself is cack-handed. The proposed law itself is cack-handed. If it's going to go through, it needs to go through with a lot of work. A lot more work needs to be done. So it has the fingerprint of Liz Truss all over it, i.e. ineptitude. The issues of body dysmorphia, the issues of conversion therapy, talking therapy, and so on, all these things need a lot more attention, and the wording of the law needs to be a lot more sympathetic and a lot more sensitive. So that's number one. Number two is I'm fully aware of this particular government's penchant for thrusting through an ill-considered law. And what it then does is to draw a line and say that no further discussion will be had. In my case, I'm particularly aware of an ill-considered law about reality TV. When the Michael Kyle committee hearing was convened, the hearing only took evidence from 40-odd production people, and then from four victims, four people who had been what they would call contestants, but I would call performers. I don't think that's anything other than a biased testimony. And on the basis of that, a ruling was made, not quite a law, a ruling was made which gave Ofcom the authority to preside over a regime which effectively was rubber stamping what was already in practice at the time. And that, as I had pointed out many times, was inappropriate practice. Now, every time that I try and raise this, I'm simply referred to Ofcom, who in turn point out that it's inappropriate, that that they have nothing to say, or I'm referred to other organisations which in turn point out that it's inappropriate, that it's the wrong organisation, that they've got nothing to say. It's because there is effectively a cack-handed law in place. Now, that wasn't in fact the responsibility of Nadine Dorries, though she now presides over it. It was in fact Oliver Letwin Oliver Dowden, sorry. And it was wrong. So how do you pull back from a wrong law? We have to be very careful that the LGBT plus conversion law, anti-conversion law, is not another one of those cack-handed laws put out by this government, which has form. That's the point. And we have to be really, really careful. So it's good that that they pulled back from cancelling it. It will be bad if it's pushed through in its present form. There we are.